Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Shahzad Hussain and I live at 20 Primary Way in Undercliff, Bradford. And today it's been 154 days since my brother's been kidnapped from my care and is being held hostage and at ransom by the local authority, who continue to refuse to engage with me, including the solicitors and the social workers, in collaboration with West Yorkshire Police, who I'm sending a daily email to, in collaboration with the Housing Association solicitors, who are equally refusing to engage with me. 154 days. It's been over 5 months since my brother's been taken with, on the day, 20 minutes, came down, took my brother, arrested me, and then subsequently just have no idea where he is, what kind of condition he's been held under 5 months later, what kind of torture that they're inflicting upon him, just refusing to tell me where he is, and this is all psychological torture, in trying to inflict psychological torture upon me, whilst at the same time giving instructions to the Bradford County courts and the judges to continue to vilify and victimize me. I have a very eerie feeling that something's happened today and yesterday. So it's a new year, new week, and plans and machinations are underway to further cause me harm, alarm, and distress. This has now been plotting and planning. I've been looking with great trepidation toward my emails today to see what kind of things that they're planning to do. Now they are planning to obviously finish me off. Now this is the final blow, after having taken so many advantages and acts of tyranny against me. They're not going to give me my brother, but they came down with the intention of abducting him, because they took his passports away with him, and they're now refusing to tell me anything about my brother. And there's nowhere I can go to. I can't go to the police, I can't go to the courts and tribunal services, get a solicitor and go to the courts, because they own the courts, they own the judges, they own the police. So what is one to do when such acts of villainy and tyranny has been perpetrated? It's just all I can just be patient and persevere and roll with the punches, as they say, because as it presently stands, I'm now in a situation where I can't do anything. My hands are tied, and obviously they are looking to cause me psychological torture and uncertainty, with a deliberate aim in mind to destabilize me and my house. So this is pure villainous and evil. I have no idea. I'm going from one situation of caring for my brother 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and being fully dedicated to the cause, to a point now where he's simply just been taken out of my hands and placed into their clutches through the collusion and commissioning of West Yorkshire Police, who are equally not giving me any straightforward answers. It's going to be another month. There's obviously they're planning something now. It has to be, what is it? It's the 9th today. I'm going to be answering my police bail in less than a month. So I think about on the 7th of January. 7th of February, so less than 3 weeks later. So they are now having meetings. They've had cross party meetings, decided on a decision, and I'm going to be finding out soon enough what's going to be happening, because this situation is simply untenable. The other news that's all over the tabloid news today is the post office scandal, which is which is the talking point of every news outlet, is simply because the post office scandal, even though it's been in the making for some time, it's the public inquiry has been concluded, and also that it's been dramatized, so that always gets to the public consciousness of this debacle of the fraud taking place regarding the postmasters and the post office scandal. And I'm just thinking how similar this is to my situation and my circumstances, because it's the very same archetypal structure in place. They are basically putting what they have done there in the post office scandal is that they knew there was a glitch in the system, the Horizon system. I think it was made by Fujitsu. There was a glitch in the system that was not calculating the money correctly, and so it looked on the surface of it that the postmasters had taken this money or stolen this money, and that's what they went on. Most of them did realize later on that this is a computer glitch, because it cannot be like 900 different postmasters were prosecuted. And at the time, 900 postmasters were prosecuted. The post office must have known that this is not this simply cannot be a case that the postmasters are stealing money from us, because there's a recurrence of 900 different postmasters, and these all are go through an exceedingly strong vetting process. So what's actually happened is that they've known that this is a problem, and rather than say like, okay, put their hands up, what they've done instead is chosen to prosecute them and cause harm, alarm and distress, and made effectively money out of misery, and exported their own failures out to the postmasters. How is that any different to what the local authority Bradford Council have done to me? They realised that they hadn't been auditing their accounts properly, and I was going to whistleblow. So rather than own up to that, what they did was they prosecuted me for fraud against my own family members, and by equally another private prosecution. So the post office, being an arm of government, did a private prosecution against 900 postmasters. There's a conflict of interest there, isn't it? It's like if it's a fraud act, it should go to the police should go to the Crown Prosecution Service. That's very bizarre to me, that the people that are the net beneficiaries of the outcome of the criminal case are allowed to prosecute, and no doubt they'll ask for money back. It's just ridiculous. And so similarly in the case of the local authority, they're the net benefactors of a criminal prosecution that they're bringing around, a private prosecution that they are the net beneficiaries of. Is there now a conflict of interest there? There's clearly a conflict of interest in my particular circumstances, and which has now resulted in the situation being put into this position. They have utilized and leveraged their position as a local authority through their association with all their colleagues and associates, such as West Yorkshire Police, such as the Bradford District Care Trust, such as all the other associates and partners, leverage that in order to target and victimize me and my family members, and also utilize the fact that they're a local authority that are landlords for my sister, who's one of their tenants, and also my brother, who they've leveraged, and they've just basically decimated us. And leveraged the fact that there is a local authority, that they've colluded and conspired and conscripted my nefarious siblings and relatives in order to achieve their objective. They've gone to such extraordinary lengths, the last of which has been to commission the services of the West Yorkshire Police to abduct my brother, and now nobody's giving him a clear enough answer. So it's not simply the case that I am. It's not simply the case that I am delusional or making this up. The postmaster scandal is very, very pertinent to my present situation, because there's another example there of clear fraud taking place on a systemic and endemic scale, which could have been prevented and was not prevented deliberately in order to maintain public persona and public image. Similarly, the local authority have a public persona and a public image, such as City of Culture 2025. That's a public persona and image that they want to hold to, and they would rather beat me up and violate my rights and dignities in order to shut me up, so that they can continue to hold this falsified persona. So because they make £10 million can get £10 million of public money and help stimulate the local economy through this false flag facade of a persona that they are a city of culture, when the reality is they are a city of vultures that have been murdering my family members, and I'm screaming and shouting, and all they're really doing is looking to further silence me in one way or another. But I'm still here fighting my own corner, so trying to remain patient and calm. Obviously it's simply ridiculous that I have no idea where my brother is. They took my brother without any access to his own private property or clothes or anything like this, and then they've recruited my nieces and nephews in order to assist them once again achieve their objectives. It's just simply deplorable and despicable. But anyway, today is the 9th of January 2024. Something's going to happen now. Something is definitely being planted and planned and machinated over by the local authorities in order to further victimize me. I'm gonna find out in the next couple of days exactly what they're doing. So let's see what happens. But they've already put in a civil restraint order in order to limit my communication. And basically, they just set me up to fail. And basically, they're setting me up to fail in order so they can have leverage over me. But we're still here. Today is the 9th of January 2024. I'm still alive. I'm not suicidal. I'll never kill myself. And any harm comes to me is as a direct result of the actions or proxy agents of the local authority who are trying to silence me in order to maintain their public image, just like the post office was trying to maintain their public image. And me and my brother are suffering as a consequence of this. I'll just leave it there. Allah Hafiz.